When Terry Jo Duperrault was just 11 years old, she was discovered adrift on a small raft in the vast expanse of the ocean. Days earlier, Julian Harvey had been rescued from a sinking yacht, believed to be the sole survivor of the ordeal. However, shock rippled through authorities when they realized Terry was also a survivor from the same ill-fated yacht. The revelation sent a shiver down the spine of the investigation. It was soon unearthed that Julian Harvey, the purported captain of the yacht, had been hired by Terry's family for a dream voyage around the globe, a journey they had eagerly saved for, anticipating the adventure of a lifetime. Yet, the dream trip turned into a horrifying nightmare. Julian Harvey's betrayal ran deep. In a chilling twist of fate, he mercilessly extinguished the lives of everyone aboard the vessel. He callously abandoned Terry on the sinking yacht, leaving her to face the terrifying prospect of drowning in the unforgiving sea. But against all odds, Terry defied his expectations and clung to life. The truth behind Julian's heinous actions emerged, a stark portrait of treachery and malevolence. When confronted with the undeniable evidence of his crimes and Terry's survival, the weight of his deeds crushed him. Overwhelmed by guilt and facing the consequences of his atrocities, Julian chose to escape the judgment of the world by taking his own life, leaving behind a trail of horror and heartache. Once upon a time, in the vast and majestic Sierra Nevada mountains, a young girl named Teresa embarked on a camping trip with a man named Russell Welch. Teresa was only 16 years old, full of curiosity and a sense of adventure. Russell, on the other hand, was a 43-year-old man with a rugged appearance and a mysterious aura surrounding him. The two set out on their journey into the wilderness, with Teresa's eyes wide with wonder at the breathtaking beauty of the mountains. Russell, with his gruff demeanor, seemed to know the terrain like the back of his hand. As they hiked deeper into the forest, Teresa felt a mix of excitement and apprehension, not knowing what adventures or dangers lay ahead. Days turned into nights, and the campfire crackled under the starlit sky as Teresa and Russell shared stories and laughter. But as the days passed, whispers of unease began to creep into Teresa's mind. She noticed Russell's intense gaze and the way he seemed to always be watching her, his eyes filled with a strange mix of protectiveness and possessiveness. Then, one fateful morning, Teresa woke up to find herself alone in the campsite. Russell was nowhere to be found. Panic gripped her heart as she called out his name, but there was no answer. She searched frantically, but Russell had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only his belongings and a sense of foreboding in the air. Days turned into weeks, and Teresa's disappearance became a mystery that captivated the small town nearby. Search parties scoured the mountains, hoping to find a trace of the missing girl. Russell, when he finally emerged from the wilderness, claimed that Teresa had been abducted by none other than Bigfoot, a mythical creature said to roam the mountains. Authorities were skeptical of Russell's story, and he was arrested on suspicion of abducting Teresa. The town buzzed with rumors and speculation about what truly happened in those mountains. Was Russell telling the truth, or was there something more sinister at play? As the days turned into months and then years, Teresa's fate remained unknown. Russell's charges were eventually dropped due to lack of evidence, and he returned to his life with a shadow of suspicion following him wherever he went. But Teresa's disappearance remained a haunting mystery, a story whispered around campfires and shared in hushed tones, a tale of a girl lost in the wilderness, taken by a creature of legend, never to be seen again. In the quiet town of Willow Creek, nestled among the rolling hills of the countryside, a series of chilling events unfolded in the late 1970s and 1980s that would haunt the community for decades to come. It all began on a seemingly ordinary Wednesday in the summer of 1977 when a young woman named Emily Johnson failed to return home after her shift at the local diner. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through the town, and despite extensive search efforts, she was never found. Weeks turned into months, and the town mourned the loss of Emily, never knowing the truth of what had befallen her. Months later, another young woman, Sarah Miller, vanished on a Wednesday evening while walking her dog in the nearby park. The eerie pattern of Wednesday disappearances continued over the next few years, with a total of 7 victims falling prey to the unknown assailant. Each victim was later discovered lifeless, their bodies cruelly strangled, in random locations within a 12-mile radius of Willow Creek. As fear and paranoia gripped the town, the authorities launched a massive investigation to catch the elusive killer, but their efforts were in vain. Despite countless leads and tireless detective work, the perpetrator remained one step ahead, leaving no trace of their identity behind. The community lived in a state of perpetual dread, never knowing when the next Wednesday would bring news of another disappearance. Families locked their doors, friends avoided walking alone at night, and the once vibrant town of Willow Creek became shrouded in a cloud of fear and suspicion. Years passed, and the case of the Wednesday Killer, as they came to be known, remained unsolved. The memories of the 7 victims faded into the annals of history, their families left to grapple with the pain of unanswered questions and unresolved grief. To this day, the killer roams free, their identity a mystery that continues to haunt the residents of Willow Creek. The tale of the 7 victims who vanished on Wednesdays and were found dead, their lives cut short by a merciless hand, serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of even the most idyllic towns. And so, the legend of the Wednesday Killer lives on, a chilling chapter in the town's history that time has failed to erase.